So, I don't really have a script for this. I'm kind of just, just going off of whatever's on the top of my head. So, if things get a little rambly, if things get a little nonsensical, I apologize ahead of time. I'm truly not the best when it comes to just like going unscripted. But for something like this, I kind of felt like it was important to speak from like what's in my heart and what's in my mind. And yeah, so just a disclaimer before we get into it. But yeah, so today is February 12th, and it's pretty early after that fact. It's actually 12:32 a.m. And reason I'm doing this video is because there's a very significant event that occurred February 12th. And to be specific with that, it was a birthday. And no, I'm not talking about the President Abraham Lincoln's birthday, even though, that is a pretty big reason why this day is well known. But it's the birthday of someone that's probably arguably a bit more important. And that person is me. Just kidding. I'm definitely nowhere on the same level as Abraham Lincoln. Accomplishments are just recognition wise. I mean, my face is not on a dollar bill just yet. Just yet. We're working towards that. Maybe this year. Maybe the big 2025 might lead to that happening. But yes, it is indeed my birthday. Now, it's not exactly my birthday. I think since it's already 12, like 30-ish or something, I believe I was born around like 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. So technically not exactly my birthday, but for all intents and purposes, we'll just round it up and just say it's my birthday already. Just so, we for the sake of argument. But yeah, today is my birthday, February 12th, 2025. And it's not just any birthday. Not to say that every other birthday wasn't important, but this birthday is, I would say, probably one of those milestone birthdays that we all think of. We think of 18, we think of 21, we think of 25, and, well, we think of 30. And that's right. Today is my 30th birthday. Yeah. 30 years ago in 1995, I was born, and 30 years later, here I am sitting in front of a phone camera recording just my overall thoughts on the situation. And yeah, 30 years old. And I don't really know what to think of it. It's hard to, it's really hard to say because to be perfectly honest with you, with every birthday that's come to pass for like, I want to say over like a decade or something, maybe even more, maybe even 15 years or so. But for quite a while, every birthday that has like come up hasn't really felt that significant. Everything after 18 kind of just feels like the same, like 18 part 2, 18 part 3, and currently I'm in 18 part 12, it seems like. But yeah, I've never really felt any difference with each day, with each birthday that's passed. And today doesn't really like, change that. It still feels the exact same way. But for a milestone like this, I really feel like it should. And I don't know. I don't really know how to feel about that. The fact that it doesn't really like feel like it's that different from every other day. Personally, I don't really think of my birthdays as anything different from like just another day, but for 30, I feel like it should. And I don't know. I don't really know how to feel about it, like feeling like nothing. Cuz I should be like celebrating. I should be happy, but at the same time, I don't feel happy. I don't feel sad. A lot of people would probably have like, some sort of mental crisis or some sort of like quarter life crisis where they just go and buy like a Ferrari and move to like New Zealand or something. But yeah, I don't really feel that. And I kind of wish I felt something. Like indifference probably feels worse than like feeling like any other emotion, happiness or sadness, because it's just gray. It's just nothing. And I don't really know why. I don't really know why. Although some people would probably think it's a blessing that I don't really feel different. A lot of people don't like aging. They view it as something negative when, in reality, it should be more of like a good thing. It's good that you're getting older. It's good that you have the privilege to be able to live on this planet for longer than, one would probably expect. I mean, if we were living in like caveman times, we'd probably all die like around the age of like 10 or something. Dinosaurs, they really don't mess around when it comes to humans stomping on their territory. But yeah, growing old isn't something that I really find, too scary or too bad or anything. Like I said, I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good sign. It's a good like way to measure how far things have come. And things have definitely come very far, but also things don't really seem like they've like changed that much. This is my second time trying to record this. I got interrupted the first time, so yeah. So if things kind of sound a little bit better right now, don't worry, they're not going to sound that good. Everything from this point on is pretty much unscripted. But yeah, I was talking about how COVID was 5 years ago, and 5 years ago I was 25, and every year past that kind of just like melded into the same like thing. Like every year kind of just felt like 2020 part 2, 2020 part 3, 2020 part like whatever, stuff like that. And yeah, like I don't know. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't really like it. I wish there was some sort of like way to differentiate all these years. And I feel like that's kind of self-inflicted as well. Usually years, a lot can happen in a year, but I think the reason that it doesn't really feel like anything's changed since 2020 is because I haven't really made an effort to really change much of anything. For the most part, I've been just doing exactly the same thing over and over again. You know, like around that time, I was in 2020. I was still working at my fast food job, and on the side, I was doing this YouTube stuff, and like as the years went on, I was still doing that job, and then I eventually, got rid of it. But the one thing that I haven't gotten rid of is this YouTube thing. And of course, like, I've been doing this for a while. So, and I'm going to do it forever. But for the most part, for like the past 2 years or so, it's all that I've really been doing. And while there have been highs and while there have been like lows, it like all of that doesn't really feel like it's like changed much. Like changed much of my life, really added that much to like, like who I am as a person. There's really not much that I could like look back at and just be like, oh, this was a huge thing that happened in this year. And while there are projects and stuff that I've done, videos and stuff that I've done like every year, it's not that significant. It doesn't feel significant to me. And I guess for someone like me who's trying to rely on YouTube and trying to make YouTube work, sorry, I keep moving this thing out of the way. I got to cut my hair. But I'm definitely not going to cut my hair. I would like to grow it out long. But for someone like me who's chose this as like their quote unquote career, trying to make it work, it really does lead to a lot of these empty feeling years where it doesn't really feel like anything has happened. And that kind of sucks. It really does. Because, I look at people, it's never good to judge yourself based off of what other people are doing. But I feel like, I'm kind of missing out. While everyone's out there doing, their dream thing, making big bucks, going fancy places, there's me, here on YouTube trying to make it work. And with each year, I slowly get that closer to making it work. But, at the same time, I don't really feel like it's doing much of anything. And as I get older and stuff, I kind of fear that, like, I won't really have much to show. Like, now, I don't really think I have much to show. Because, if I were to, like, tell somebody that, like, I knew back then, or if I were to tell myself, like, 18-year-old me, someone freshly graduated from high school, if I were to tell myself as I walked off that stage, like, what I would be like in 12 years, I don't really know if I'd be proud of myself, you know? Like, done I've done things. I've done a thing. I've done several things, and several big things, a lot of small things, and I don't know, I just don't feel proud of it. Now, I don't want this to sound like I'm hating on, like, YouTube or whatever, or the cards that have been dealt to me, because you know, this really isn't like, oh, woe is me, life is like, just sucks and there's nothing I can do about it. It's totally within my control. Absolutely. But I'm just like so like just dead set on trying to make this work, and like I feel like I can make it work, but I just don't know how much longer it's going to take before I can make my dream job an actual job. And I'm kind of scared about how long it could take, because if it took me this long, about 12 years, 2019, to pass 1,000 subscribers, I don't know how long it's going to take before I pass 100,000 subscribers. And honestly, if I'm going to be perfectly honest with myself, I don't know if that's going to happen in the next 5 years. I mean, I could keep whittling away at it and maybe it could happen, but if it takes 5 years to get 100,000 subscribers, I don't know. I don't know. I'll definitely have to put it on the back burner. But yeah, I should. I definitely didn't want to talk about YouTube and stuff while doing this thing. Like, of course, it is a big part of my life, but there's so many other things that are a part of my life. Like my family. Like, I got my brothers, I got my dad, I got my extended family, I got my mom, all that stuff. And as the years go by, you know, I feel like they're probably the better measurement for time passing than my own self. Because it's depressing, but, I'm seeing my parents grow in real time. Seeing my mom and my dad, get straddled with the weight of father time and succumb to things like illnesses or just getting weaker in general. And it's a very, very depressing sight to behold, because these people who you've considered, I personally consider, maybe a lot of people who I've considered to be some of the strongest people in my life, be whittled away like this in real time is very saddening. And, you know, I think it also goes back to, like, what I'm doing right now, what I'm trying to make work, the YouTube thing. Like, as they get older, they're eventually going to rely on me. And of course, I'm not alone in this. I do have two brothers. But even with that, like, I'd be very, like, saddened that I can't really, help out with them. And I would like to help out with them, of course. One of my main, like, one of my main dreams, I'm pretty sure it's many people's main dream. Sorry, I'm taking a look at what I look like in the viewpoint. One of my main dreams, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people's main dreams, is to be able to support your family just like on your own. That's like a fantasy that everyone has. Just get that one big break, that one big job that just lets you just throw money all willy-nilly and give your dad and your mom or your dog or whatever the greatest, like, life that they could think of. And I would love to do that. That's something that I've wanted to do for so very long. And yeah, I'm definitely not that close to be able to do that. And I've thought of many different ways to do so. And yeah, um, this way is definitely not where it's definitely a steeper hill to climb compared to the conventional methods of doing so. I mean, I could always just do like crypto and just like rug pull some losers, but I don't know. I don't think I'd ever really do that. Even though it seems like it's totally legal and everyone does it and there's no like consequences or repercussions or anything. But that is a tangent for a video that should not even be in my wheelhouse. I don't know anything about that. But yeah, my parents are going to end up relying on me and my brothers, and I'd want to be able to help them. And also my brothers as well. I'm seeing them grow and seeing them also deal with things like, like their body is aching, or their legs aren't the way they used to be, or what have you, or like heart pressure, heart needing to take medicine every day, stuff like that. Seeing my extended family, seeing my aunts and uncles and their sons and daughters, my cousins, growing in real time, seeing them go from like being a little tiny baby child to being someone that's almost as tall as me, even though they're like 10 years old. It's crazy how much bigger children seem nowadays. Because when I was in like middle school, people were way tinier, and we were all pretty much like around the same height. But like even like 5 years after I graduated from middle school, when I was already out of high school, whenever I'd walk by like the middle school with like my friends and I'd look at like them in recess, the middle school kids, she'd be like, damn, what's it? But they got the freaking like they got I don't know, they got like the adults in there or something. Why are there so many adults just running around playing like dodgeball or something? They didn't have dodgeball. We didn't have dodgeball in middle school. Isn't it kind of doesn't it kind of suck how like when you enter middle school they get rid of like all the fun things during recess? All that recess would really consist of is either basketball or just that's it. Basketball and just talking. And yeah, I will never forgive them for that. It's probably why I got so boring in the first place. Probably why I got so fat in the first place. But yeah, everyone in my family is growing up having to deal with things, like children dealing with, illnesses, aches, pains, etc. Whatever. And also, I kind of deal with that stuff now. Something that I totally, being young kind of makes you feel like you're invincible and nothing could stop you. But I'm starting to learn that I'm not as strong or as invincible as I thought. Last year, I dealt with my first like exposure to heartburn, and I never had gotten heartburn before, so it was like a gut punch, almost literal like a gut punch, and it was like the strangest out of nowhere pain that I have ever like encountered in my life. And I remember it went on for like a good 2 3 weeks or something, where nearly almost anything I would eat, I would get heartburn. And then after that, after like those 2 or 3 or whatever weeks passed, just went away. Now I don't know if I did anything different. Like I definitely didn't change my like diet or anything. Maybe I, just willed it away. I just thought about it really hard and it just left my body because I was so intimidated by my thought process. I don't know what happened, but that was my first time ever dealing with heartburn, and it sometimes rises up on occasion, very occasionally. It's definitely not like almost every single meal like it was back then last year. It's just like very rare. I don't even know what causes it. It just happens. But that, and also, just like my knees feel weird, like my wrist sometimes feels a little odd. Uh I fucked up this shoulder right here. I shouldn't have said fuck. Am I gonna have to edit that? Nah. But yeah, my shoulder, I messed it up around like 2019, late 2019, and it feels a little weird. And I was told that, that's to be expected, since your shoulder's like damaged, it's not gonna, be the same way it was. It'll definitely succumb to, more pain, and much more sooner than you would expect it to happen. Even arthritis, apparently. But yeah, things like this are showing me that I'm older, even though I don't feel older. Everything around me, and including literally what's around me, because what you are is like your brain. That's what you are, and this whole vessel is starting to show signs, and it's kind of scary. And it's something that I don't really think about until I started talking about turning freaking 30. And yeah, it's a it's a scary thing. I guess all these repressed memories are just like coming out now that I'm just having this heart to heart discussion with my phone. But yeah, I guess if I don't feel like I'm my age, there will be signs out there that will show me, hey, buddy, Mr. Wolf 397. Sign right here. You know what that says? You 30. And of course, I'll look away because I do not want to look at that sign. But I'm just kidding. But like I said, like I don't really find anything wrong with growing old. I kind of like it, but I feel like things like your body, people around you, and just your accomplishments. You know, I think all those definitely have a correlation to how you feel when you get older every year. At least it feels like that to me. This is my first time ever really making a video for my birthday. And of course, the only reason I did so was because, it's me turning 30. I could have done one for 25, but I didn't really feel that one was like as like important. Also, COVID was happening, and also I wasn't as big as I was hoping to be on YouTube. So I was still like around like 200 maybe subscribers. I couldn't do this. Isn't it crazy how YouTube doesn't let you stream from your phone unless you have 1,000 subscribers? I remember you could do that literally anytime. One of my oldest streams was like from my tablet, like my old ass LG tablet that my mom gave me because she didn't use it back in like 2016, I believe. And it was like a 5 second long stream. I'm gonna check my phone just to make sure I'm recording still. I get really paranoid about this because I remember one time I recorded like this huge 40-minute video, and it just stopped recording in the middle of everything. And thankfully, I had my microphone to record audio, but since my phone stopped recording, I didn't have anything visually uh, to show for it. So I think that was the year in review video. I believe it was either that or it was the YouTube 20 turning 18. Which, by the way, that happened this year as well. Last month, my YouTube channel turned 18 years old. So my channel's turning into adult this year, and I'm turning into more so of an adult this year. An adult with existential crisis issues. Funny how that all kind of works, huh? I didn't plan any of this, by the way. This all just was happenstance. I was definitely not smart enough to try and like correlate all these things and like make sure that they all like woven together as like time passed. This was all just off script. Definitely didn't have anything written for this portion. But yeah, I don't even remember what I was talking about. I don't even know really how long I should like do this video for. But I guess just talking about this really does make me think, is this really how I want to take my life? Because I know I'm capable of a lot of things. We all are. We all are capable of more than we think we are capable of. We're able to do way more things that we think. We just never usually choose to leave the comfort zone in order to do so. But yeah, I do wonder, like, is this the right thing to do? And people would say, if you're wondering about that, that probably means it's not the right thing to do. But so far, you know, people have, just said that, cool, you're doing YouTube. That's great. And I do have some things to show for it. Like I do get money on occasion, uh, but definitely not enough to be living off of. And I hope, I hope that I can make something out of it because I do have plans. And I know I said I didn't really want to talk about YouTube that much in this video because it's more about me growing older, but I do have plans. I would like to try and be consistent. And I have like an idea. I have like a roadmap of how to make this work. And technically, this is supposed to be the week that I want to start getting back into making YouTube videos again, which I guess you could say was with this one right here. This is a YouTube video that I'm working on, but of course, it's definitely not going to be as edited as I would want it to be. I'm kind of just, just going off rip right here, just doing whatever. But I do have a roadmap. I do have like an idea. I have many ideas of how I want to make this work. And I do hope that, it works out. Because I like doing this. I wouldn't want to lose this, like, from my life. Like, of course, I can't do it forever. But, right now, I am in my prime. I'm in probably my creative prime right now. I daydream about working on YouTube videos. While I was taking my break, I was just thinking about what I'll do when I get back from that break. And I'm supposed to like stop this break on the 17th, but I can't wait anymore. I want to get back into it. And I'm just going to do that. I'm not starting immediately because, I'm still like thinking it up. I still need to write some scripts and stuff. But yeah, I don't know if people are going to want to join me on this roadmap because it's going to be a lot different from what I used to do and what I was doing for like a good 2 years or so, where I was just making like meme videos and stuff. And, people that follow or watch those generally don't really stick around for them like making like long form content, because usually that's way different from like a short meme video or just like YouTube shorts or TikToks or whatever. It's hard unless you're pre-established. It's hard to go from short to long form because that's an entirely different like form of content, no pun intended. It's easier if you go from long to short because, it just gives like people like more of you, because usually long form videos take a lot of time and short form videos, when thrown out and dispersed, at the perfect amount, gives people just that much amount of you to stave them off for whenever your next video comes out. And I talked about it before about what I want to do, and I didn't really elaborate much on like what I wanted to do in the my YouTube channel turning 18 years old, that video. Uh, I guess I'll just elaborate now. I was supposed to make a video about me talking about, oh, I'm on break, lol. But I forgot. And now we're here, and oh well. But yeah, so like I said, I would like to do more long form content, and I would like to try and establish some sort of schedule, some sort of like consistency, because that's something I feel like I lacked for the better part of the past like 4 years or so. There really wasn't like any consistency except for, I want to say, last year. But that's kind of like a small exception because when I was being consistent, it was mainly with like short meme videos that I had stocked up for like, I don't know, for like a good 5 months or so. I still have a lot of those videos stocked up, and looking through them, I don't really know if I feel as proud as I was back then when I was making them. So I don't even know if they're going to see the light of day, especially since I personally keep forgetting about them. But yeah, I would like to be consistent, do long form content, and a like sort of like baseline of what I wanted to follow with these videos is to try and, since this is my YouTube's 18th anniversary and this is my 30th anniversary. um I think I might do some more like nostalgia based stuff. And I talked about this already in the my YouTube channel turning 18 video. But things like going back to ideas that I've already, done, like the GTA landmark video, trying to find the landmarks without a map or anything. But also like doing continuations of other like forms of content, like the Persona 3 Mountain Dew Baja Blast tier list video. Such a weird string of words that just came out of my mouth right there. But that video, I did a Persona 4 one, and I have yet to edit it and then upload it because, I just didn't really feel like it. I didn't feel as confident in that one as I did with the Persona 3 one. And I think that mainly has to stem from the fact that I'm not too familiar with Persona 4. I love the game, but it's not something I could totally remember off the like top of my head like with Persona 3. Like with Persona 3, I remember nearly everything about it. I that stuff is pretty much like I know it better than the back of my hand. I know it better than the back of my ass. But I would like to edit that video, and I feel like it's just more like a psychological thing. Like I'm doubting myself, and that's something that I do quite a bit. I doubt myself a lot. Um, with like that video, of course, I think that like, oh, it's not worth it. I don't feel like I did a good enough job doing that video, streaming that live stream. Is it even worth making a video out of it, especially considering the Persona 3 one took so long? And you know, I could be right. I could be right. It might not be up to snuff compared to the Persona 3 one, but I'll never know unless I try. And that's not something that's exclusive to me. We all deal with self-doubt at some point in our lives, but it's just something we have to try and get over. And for some people it takes a lot longer. For some it takes literally not that long at all. Maybe just like filming a video for like 30 minutes and then like just thinking over and talking it out with yourself. Maybe that's all one person needs. But yeah, I don't like struggling with that because I feel like when I do, and thankfully it doesn't happen that often, but when I do, it does like hold me back a bit. And I don't really want that to happen anymore, especially with, YouTube, because, this is like a huge focus in my life. It's something I've been doing for a while. It's something I want to do forever. It's something I would love to make happen. But, with self doubt making me think, is it going to work out? It does hinder my performance a bit. And maybe that's why I haven't really done anything video wise this week. Because while I've been daydreaming about making videos, maybe there's just that little part in my brain that's just saying, is it even worth it, bro? Dude, just go work at like Walmart or something or what have you. And then I have to swat that part away and be like, get out, move. But yeah, nostalgia will definitely be a bigger focus. I'll do stuff like, ideas that I've already done before, redoing them, continuations. I would like to do a Persona 5 Baja Blast tier list video, as well as like a bunch of other tier list videos. I know I would like to do favorite Persona soundtrack tier list. I feel like that'd be a lot of fun. And maybe like Megaten tier list video. That's another idea I had. I still need to play a bit more like Megaten games. I have played a lot, but I definitely haven't played enough to be able to like work on a tier list for it. So that'll definitely be way, way deeper into the future. Talking about stuff that, like deals with me talking about stuff that, I find like interesting or entertaining or whatever, talking about video games, talking about I just want to do a lot more talking. And I feel like that's something that I kind of lacked with the past few years that I've been doing like YouTube videos. Like I've been doing a lot of talking, but outside of streams I feel like I haven't really been doing a lot of talking. If you can pick up what I'm putting down, I want to try and get like, my voice out there and just talk about whatever. Just like, create video essays. Well, I don't really want to call them video essays, but that's what everyone's going to call them anyways. Just create video essays, just, with my own flair, with my own like voice, my own personality, and just, hopefully touch people with my words and with my, my subjects and all that. And I don't want to put any promises up on the table because I don't want to accidentally have to steal them away from you guys. But I would like to try and put like a video out a week. That'd be nice. And that would be like, what, 50 something videos for a whole year? Because there's like a little over 50 weeks in a year. So it's something that I feel could totally be doable, especially if I have like a bunch of videos just like lined up, like already. Like a whole month's worth of videos. Like I could do that and then just have that. And then while all those are coming out, I could work on the next month of videos, or maybe even have 2 months of videos like readied and all that fun stuff. And my what I would like to do is, and it's something I'm already doing right now. I just haven't talked about it until right now. But I've been recording a lot of footage for video games, for like videos that focus on video games. Like I have one that I want to do for like a Dead Rising video. I have one that that I want to do for a Mario 64 video. I don't know if that one will ever transpire though. I've been thinking about it for a while, and honestly, I don't know if it's a good idea. It's more just talking about like the beauty of like Super Mario 64 like recompilation stuff, as well as like N64 recompilation stuff, and how I think that's really cool, and how we don't really need to like emulate N64 games anymore because we could just recompile them, and how technology is beautiful, and how it could do almost literally it's literally like magic, like black magic. It's cool. It's great. And, Super Mario 64 is a game that I used to play a lot when I was younger. I used to play it on the DS. I used to play it on the Wii Virtual Console. And I actually played it a little bit on the N64, believe it or not. I still have my N64. I only have one game for it, Perfect Dark, which originally didn't belong to me or my brother, but I think we had it for so long that the person who originally owned it doesn't remember anymore, so it's now technically ours. But yeah, I have footage for these games, among others. Footage that I recorded with commentary. So, alongside these video essays coming out, I thought it would be cool to put out like Let's Plays. And of course, this is way different from streaming, because that's something that I did a lot before, like over the past like 4 or 3 years or whatever that I was doing streaming. That was something that like I did a lot, and I'm pretty sure for a lot of people this might be a bit of a shock because most people would probably when they think about like me playing games for content, they would probably think about me doing live streams. And while I like live streaming, I don't really know if I'm cut out for it video games wise, unless it's something that I know from the bottom of my heart, like I know I could probably almost do blindfold or something, like Resident Evil 2 or something. That's something that I wish I was able to finish. Maybe I'll do it someday. But unless it's a game like that, I don't know if I really would be comfortable doing live streams like that again. I'm fine doing like, talking live streams because I feel like that's what I do best. I'm able to, get out my words. I'm able to talk, to have a conversation. I love engaging in chat. I love talking with people, and as long as they, talk back to me and don't try and have some sort of weird conversation or try to force me to talk about something, then, it's enjoyable. And it's something that I really like. And it's something that I feel is very important to stream culture. But to be honest, I feel like I've been having a lot more fun, like recording and doing commentary by myself. Because for someone like me, you could probably already tell, I don't shut the hell up. And sometimes, like, I like just talking, and I like just like going off from like one subject to another, or just like commenting on what's happening in a game, or just I just enjoy talking. And I think that's why I'm trying to do these kinds of like videos more often, these video essay-esque videos that I have ideas for, because I just like talking. I enjoy it. It's fun. It's something I feel like I could do great, and I think that's why I thought live streaming. Sorry, my English is exploding like with each word that passes from my lips. I feel like live streaming is something that really allowed me to engage with that, but I just don't know if I really vibe with it as much as I did back then. Like, it was great, and I still like doing it, but I feel like I could use those talents for other things. And especially if I could use that footage without the commentary. Maybe I might use the commentary in some videos. I could use that footage for other things. So that's also my plan. I don't know how that's going to work out. That's something I still have to figure out. I don't know if I'd want to make it like an actual video to take up like a week slot, like a weekly slot. But I don't know. It's something in the pipeline that I'll get to eventually. But right now, the long form videos is something that I want to focus on more, because that's something that I find more exciting. That's something I find more interesting and fun. But yeah, God, I talked about YouTube way too much. Way, way too much. But I felt it necessary because, I didn't get a chance to talk about it in its own individual video. But yeah, long story short, let's get off of this YouTube tangent. Break almost over. Technically already over. I want to get back to videos as soon as possible. Break almost over. Year theme figured out. Nostalgia. Long form videos. Potential Let's Plays in the pipeline. Fun, hopefully. That's what I would want to try and do. I want to try and have fun making these videos, and for other people, I hope they could have fun too. And it's something that I'm not too confident about, because people don't really watch my stuff unless it's like Silly Billy, and I know that is definitely the name which shall not be said right now, but yeah, people don't really engage in my content unless it's that stuff, and it really does sadden me. And I think that's one of the things that I didn't really, feel too confident about when it comes to making long form content, because all the subscribers and stuff I've gotten, like over the course of like 3 years, have been from that stuff, and a lot of those people don't like long form content. And it could be for a variety of things. I think the majority reason is because, they want the same thing over and over again. And that's something that, I have to contend with. That's something that I have to understand. And it's something I do understand. It's good to have a niche. It's good to have something that you focus on, that you give the people what they want, because that means they'll keep coming back. They'll keep watching the videos. They'll keep commenting, engaging, pushing you further into the algorithm. But that's just something I don't really want to do. I don't want to do those Billy videos anymore. And I've already established that I'm not going to do those Billy videos anymore, except with the documentary that I still have to work on. That'll definitely be one of the first videos that'll come out. Once I get these whole string of videos like lined up to publish. But yeah, it's definitely going to be an uphill battle, and I'm not going to complain about the algorithm, even though I'm sure it has like a say in like the popularity of my channel, where they see, oh, these people aren't engaging with your content, we're not going to recommend you or whatever. I already get enough of that, like that BS from looking at the YouTuber subreddit. God, that is one of the most like depressing subreddits. Like the YouTuber ones and the NewTuber one, those are like such a drab. Everyone just treats YouTube like a literal game. They're just like talking about CPM, they're talking about keywords, they're talking about tags, they're talking about all this crap just to maximize like engagement. And while I would like to be in that same like those same heights as those big YouTubers who treat it like a game, I don't want to do that because that's not how I treat YouTube. And that's something that I would like to talk about too, like eventually, how YouTube kind of just lost like its whole identity of broadcasting yourself. And instead it just turned into like just a typical like television channel where there's commercials and videos and there's so much content that you don't know what to watch. Almost like you have direct TV again, but this time it's free except for the cost of your soul. But yeah, I want to broadcast myself, and that's one of the things that I'm focusing on with this year. I I want my YouTube channel to be me this year. Sorry, I was getting thrown off by that rooster crowing at 1 in the morning. Homie, too early. Thank you. Still keeps going. I don't even know if you could hear that. Broadcasting myself is the focus for this year. And I'm going to stop talking about YouTube stuff because I think about YouTube stuff already enough as is. Like I said, I was still thinking about it even on my break, even though I should have just like put the YouTube Studio app away. But I didn't, and I ended up wasting time with my break, just sitting there wondering, what will I do next? But overall, yeah, I'm turning 30. Did you remember I was talking about that? I don't know what I'm going to do today. My parents or my family asked me, hey, I'm going to check really quick if I'm still recording. But they asked, like, hey, where do you want to go eat? And I didn't respond because I was busy. I feel bad. Does anyone ever do that whenever they get like group texts from like their family or whatever and they just don't respond? Or if you just get a text in general where you're just like, I'll reply later, and then you end up not replying later because you totally forgot. That is me to a T. Although there are some people I try to, prioritize replying to. I just, a lot of the times it falls through the cracks. I know I got a few messages. Sorry, whoa. I got a few messages today, technically yesterday, that I just kind of swiped away. And that happens too, especially when I wake up in the morning. I just swipe away everything, and then I'm just like, pretty sure there's some important stuff there. I can't wait to find out about that later in the day. But yeah, I don't know where I want to go eat. I was thinking maybe like Korean barbecue, but I don't know. Even though it's my birthday, I want to try and be respectful to my family and not gouge them of all of their dollars because of their sheer kindness. I might choose something a bit more different, even though it has been a while since I had KBBQ. Maybe pizza, but also I had pizza 2 days ago for the Super Bowl, so I don't know. I really don't know. Just some quote unquote food for thought. Pun definitely not intended, but worked out a lot better than I expected. Not intended, but definitely not expected. Wow. So yeah, and outside of that, I don't even think I'm gonna like celebrate it at all. Maybe I might have a stream. I don't know, but yeah, we will see. And is there really anything more for me to talk about? Is there anything I'm missing out of this that I feel like I need to get out? I feel like I probably should have like wrote like some sort of like ideas down, because here I am just like floundering trying to figure out what else should I speak of in terms of turning 30, but nothing's coming to mind. And so now I already want to just end the video because I feel like I'm just rambling for the sake of rambling. And while I'm good at that, I know there's got to be a limit for that. So I think this is it. Turning 30, don't feel like it, but things definitely are showing me that time is passing. And I'm a little disappointed in myself. I would like to try and do better, but also I understand my best might not be the best for this situation. Whatever that means to you, I'll let you figure it out. But I did talk about how I might want to use my skills, my video making skills, for other things, for other people. And it's something I don't really want to do. Like, I'm very stingy whenever it comes to like making video stuff or editing or whatever. It's a skill that I like to keep close to me, close to my chest, because it's something that I worked on myself. This is something that I've learned throughout the years. And giving these skills to somebody else just feels wrong. I can't properly describe it, but it just it makes me feel dirty. It makes me feel used. And I don't want to feel used whenever I like work on videos. I want to do it like, and feel satisfied and accomplished. And I think I remember that happened once, because there was this, I've only ever done commission videos twice. It was once probably a year or so after I graduated from high school. I think Blood Dragon was new, Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. I was playing it around that time, although it probably wasn't new. I don't know. How the hell did I even buy that? Whatever. But yeah, I remember I did a like video for some like lady's 5-year-old daughter's birthday or something. And while it was fun, like going there and recording, having to make the video for them just felt agonizing. I didn't like it. And I liked making videos at that point already, because like I was doing it for the longest, but having to do it for somebody else just didn't feel right. And I remember I put it off, and I remember my mom got like pissed at me because she was like, "Hey, when is that video going to be done? I'm pretty sure that lady's waiting." I'm like, "Yeah, you're right." And then I remember my mom was just like, "Dude, get on the video." I'm like, "Oh, fuck. All right." And then I remember doing like one of my mom's clients' video, because like they were a belly dancer and they wanted me to record them at like a show uh while they were doing belly dancing with that, like with them and like some of their fellow dancers. So I recorded their show, and I edited I edited it. I edit. I edited. I had edited it. I had the same issue in one of my other videos that I recorded like this, but I edited, and then I told them, all right, this is the price. And I remember I was kind of satisfied with that video, because I got like two cameras to record like two different angles. So I got a friend of mine's to record the like one angle, and I got like myself to record the other angle. And so I had a bit of footage to go through, and it was quite nice because the more options the better. And I remember like telling them and just being like, this is gonna be my price. And they're like, oh, okay, because I asked them for like, I think it was like 150 or something, and uh they were just like, oh, yeah, I'll get to you on that, sir. You just give me a moment. I'm busy right now. And then days turn to weeks, weeks turn to months, and nothing came from that. And I know my mom, since she worked with them, she would ask them on occasion and just be like, how's it coming with my son's payment? He hasn't been able to give you the video yet. And then they'll be all like, yeah, I'm working on it. I'm getting it. I'm getting it done. But spoiler alert, they didn't get it done. And I ended up having this video that I made for literally nothing. And I know my mom tried to comfort me and say, like, you could use it for your portfolio. I'm like, I don't want no belly dancing shit on my portfolio. I don't want a portfolio. Um, People have asked me, why don't you make a portfolio for like video stuff? And I'm just like, I could, but also my YouTube channel technically works as a portfolio. I know some people would not go through a whole YouTube channel for like figuring out if someone's like a good like editor or whatever. But I don't really care. I'll let them figure it out. I'll let them find that if they want to hire me. And if they do, then maybe I will. Maybe I will do it. But yeah, it's I think those two instances really definitely damaged my outlook on doing like commission work, doing like freelance work, because it just didn't feel right. Like, of course, I got screwed over the second time around, but the first time around, it's just, yeah, I don't want to do this. Having to do it for someone else just turns this work, which is, of course, already work, into literal work. And I don't want YouTube to ever feel like that. I don't want editing to ever feel like that. And of course, it will get to that point someday. But, you know, for the most part, I mean, it's been like 18 years, and so far it hasn't really been like that. There have been some videos that have felt like that, but man, what am I even talking about? What am I even going on? It's 1:24 in the morning, and I've been recording for like 50 something minutes, maybe already an hour. Am I still recording? I am. We're about 57 minutes in, so I'm gonna cut it soon. But let's see, how do we end this? How do we end this video that's been going on for nearly an hour? 30. I'm 30. I don't feel 30. That can be an issue, but also it shouldn't really be too much of an issue. You know, your age is what you make of it. And what I make of it is I may be 30 on the outside, but on the inside, I'm still 18 years old, as I've been for the past 12 years. Whew. And I think the main reason I feel like that is because of the way I dress and stuff. That hasn't changed since high school. And yeah, 30, still want to do a lot of things, but a lot of the things that I'm doing don't really know if that's like the best course of action, if I should do those things. But I still want to try and do those things anyways. But even then, I don't know if it'll pay off, at least immediately. Time is a fickle thing. Sometimes you feel it, sometimes you don't. Now I'm feeling it. Over the past few like years or so, I've been seeing my family get older, and in a sense that's been making myself feel older. What else am I missing? I don't want to focus on YouTube stuff because I already talked about that enough, and I really broke my own rule when it came to that, because I'm just like, I don't really want to talk about YouTube stuff. I was thinking in my mind, and I think I even stated it in this video, but there I go, talking about YouTube stuff as per usual. God, I am so predictable, aren't I? But that's probably going to be about it for me. Thank you all for watching. It has been fun talking about this stuff. I would like to talk about more deeper subjects in the future, and hopefully don't get sidetracked like I did this time around. But I do like diving into more deeper existential stuff. Whether that'll be like something written or something off the cuff like this, that's to be determined, but I kind of enjoy it. And I remember talking about having an idea for a podcast like that, but that never came to pass and probably will never come to pass. But especially since someone took my freaking podcast name idea. And the name that I wanted to do for that podcast was Real Talk. And then I think I came across an Instagram like sponsored like post where like, you know, you're scrolling through Instagram and then they throw this post that someone paid money to put in front of you. And it was for this podcast called Real Talk. And as you could have expected, it was like a bunch of like Gen Zers talking about like stuff, but they weren't taking it seriously, of course. They were just, you know, being Gen Zers and talking about whatever wacky sex stuff comes to mind. And yeah, mine's was definitely not going to be that. Like, of course, I did have like a idea for like a topic about sexual stuff, but I probably wouldn't have like went through with it because I don't know anything about that. I'm a YouTuber, and I'm also like a weirdo guy who plays video games and stuff. No one's gonna ever touch my wee wee with a 10-foot pole. No siree. But yeah, I'm pretty sure we're already passing an hour. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed listening to me, and I'll see you soon, hopefully. Hopefully soon. I don't know when I'm going to get these videos done, but yeah, hopefully it doesn't take that long. I would like to try and get it done, I don't know. Like the first batch of videos I'd like to get done sometime in March. But yeah, we'll see. I'll keep you guys updated. I'll definitely do streams every now and then. I'll definitely post a few memes every now and then. Hopefully I could get through the ones that I'm not even sure like if I should post or not, because while I am a little like unsure about them, I should just put them out there because I worked on them, right? So why let that work go to waste? I don't want to be like that guy who like worked on a movie and then it just gets like canceled. Like think like Coyote versus what is it, Acme or something? That one movie that got canned for like a tax benefit or something. I don't want it to feel like that. So I should just post whatever I got like hidden in the can and just throw it up there for everybody to see. But let's move into the 50th goodbye. Thank you for watching, and I'm going to end this video and I don't know, maybe upload it. I did say a few naughty words, so maybe I should probably, I don't know, censor it, but also I don't really feel like it. This is a video that I didn't really want to edit because like if I do that, I feel like it might take away from the integrity and the honesty of this video, but yeah, considering it probably happens like 30 minutes in, I'll just let it slide. I'll let it slide. Don't go off topic again, Wolf. All right, there we go. There we go. I focused my vision so that way I wouldn't go off topic. But yeah, this is the end. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, afternoon, evening, night, morning, whatever it is in the neck of the woods. I hope it's a good one. If you are feeling old, just understand it's natural. It is something you should be happy for. You should be proud of. Not many people are blessed to reach the same age that you have, as well as the age that you will be many, many years to come. So take it with pride and take it with a lot of happiness, because it's good to grow old. It's good to be able to live on this earth. Sure, there's a lot of bad things that happen every now and then. Sure, there's a lot of things that make living in this world uncertain, living in certain countries uncertain, but don't forget that life is a blessing. Living is a blessing, and don't take it for granted. I know I have a few times, and I'm trying not to, and I think this video definitely helped me to remember that. And hopefully it helps you the same way that it helped me. Anyways, I'm going to get going. Bye. Ugh. Ugh. Ow. Fuck. My leg. I am getting old, aren't I?